everyone, and thank you for joining us here today at the Taubman Museum of Art for our Art Spotlight. Today I have with me a very special guest. We have Dr. Patrick Shaw Cable, Chief Curator and Deputy Director of Exhibitions and Collections here at the museum.
Hello.
And we want to share with you this particular piece. This is by Thomas Hart Benton and is entitled The Cotton Picker. So Patrick, I'd like to get your thoughts about this piece, particularly the style that we're looking at here.
Sure. Well, Thomas Hart Benton, he was a great regionalist, sometimes people say social realism, but one of the regionalist painters. So especially in the Midwest, people like Grant Wood, you might think of, a whole section of American painters in the mid-20th century, first half of the 20th century, who looked at scenes around them. And we often think of them as a brand of realism, which they are certainly in terms of their subject matter, looking at, everyday chores, everyday people, everyday activities. But a lot of them, and you can see here a very typical picture in terms of its style. The style actually can be very different. Like Grant Wood is different from Thomas Hart Benton. Thomas Hart Benton is known for his sort of caricatural distortions of limbs and bodies and figures, even though he's committed to figurative painting. Even the tree seems almost anthropomorphic in the way he sort of clumped the leaves together.
Right, and so it was sort of his focus, I think during this period of time, to focus on individuals who were the hard workers of the country, right? This is during a time of industrialism, and so it was his mission to kind of go around and find the farmers and the workers and depict them in their everyday life, and kind of show how industrialism was sort of taking over the landscape and changing the way that America farms and creates, which is very, very interesting. Now, I believe that he was born into a family of lawyers and politicians, right? So I think he approached a lot of his artwork in that kind of way of giving us an idea of what's happening and kind of campaigning for these people.
Oh, yes.
Right?
And that really goes too with that figurative instance.
Yeah.
Or emphasis. Because another thing that's not too well known about him, another reason for this simplified style, he did a lot of murals, so that simplification would really read well from a distance. But interestingly, around World War I, he actually flirted with abstraction. But then, as you said, he quickly actually began to distrust abstraction. And when he really committed himself to this figurative work, again, it was almost, as you say, like a campaign to really focus on. He felt abstraction was too elitist, and he really wanted to focus through his figurative work on these common people.
That's really cool. That's very interesting. This is a great piece to have in our permanent collection here at the museum, and I honestly love the choice of the frame. Though we're not sure if it's the original frame or not, it's a great combination. Yeah.
And even the style there, again, you could almost imagine the artist, I don't know if he ever thought about it, but enlarging such a subject to a mural size.
Wow, that's something to think about on this entire wall, as opposed to just in front of us here. What an impact that would make. Very cool. Well, I hope you enjoyed our discussion today about this piece by Thomas Hart Benton, a fabulous piece within the museum's permanent collection, and we look forward to seeing you next time.
Yes, thank you.